1950. Welcome back, everybody. Time for Ask the Expert. Our friends from Recycle Frog are here, and we're going to talk about a number of things today. So you may have some questions regarding, I don't know, coins that you might think are valuable, silver, that sort of thing. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. You can email us questions as well at ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. Facebook questions are welcome as well. David Martinek, how are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Likewise.
It's funny that you should be talking about coins today. We're in the middle of our penny drive, which is going along very nicely, by the way.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Yes. I just found a 1950 penny here, so I don't know if it's worth anything, but people, coins and silver and that sort of thing, can be worth a lot of money to people, and that's one of the motivating factors, right, when it comes to coming to see you guys.
I would say it's probably, and if it's not the most important, it should be among your most important reasons to come and see us.
Right.
You've got things sitting around the house, the flatware, your old knives and forks. They could be sterling silver. We only buy solid sterling.
Right.
But something like that could be worth $15 to $20 just for its melt value.
Just for a fork?
Just for a fork. So
really,
I would say 1 out of 2 people that are sitting out there watching this right now have some stuff sitting around that could be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
But these people fall into different categories, correct?
They do. Some people, are looking for the most money, and I would say again, you should be looking to try and get as much money as you possibly can for the stuff that you're willing to sell.
Right.
But some people, I think, are either just curious. They've inherited some things over the years, and they're just kind of trying to figure out what it may be worth today.
Right.
And then there are others, and we see a lot of this. People will come in and they're still very emotionally attached to things, and for us, we don't ever want to buy anything that people are still very connected to.
Right.
The last thing we want is someone regretting that they sold their
Which
grandmother's
I'm sure has
necklace.
happened.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? In fact, we'll talk a little bit about the events that we have going on today and the rest of this week in Orleans, Nepean, and the east end of Ottawa. But we had a lady who had come in and within an hour called us back and said, you know what, I just sold something in Orleans. I changed my mind. Can I come back and get it? And absolutely, turn around, go back to the venue, and we'll give that back to you for sure.
Right.
But it does happen quite often where there's seller's regret in this case.
Yeah, in some cases, though, as you mentioned, I would guess this is the lower end of the spectrum. People just want to know how much their things are worth.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily want to sell them.
They keep seeing every day. They see in the newspaper or on the news, certainly on on CTV Morning, that you see the price of gold and the price of silver.
Yes.
But they have a hard time sort of understanding what that means in relation to what they physically got in their own homes. So. A lot of times they say, well, okay, gold's gone up so much in the last 10 years. I wonder how much my stuff is worth sitting around.
Right.
One of the things I always say to my customers, whether it's they call in or whether they come and see us at events, be smart about what you're doing with that stuff right now. If it's in your home, make sure it's somewhere safe, in a safe if you've got it. But if you've got a fair bit of it, go to the bank, get a safety deposit box. It doesn't cost a lot. Go and put it in there. I had a lady call me on Tuesday morning, first thing in the morning.
Yep.
She had unfortunately, she had 2 gold coins, Royal Canadian Mint gold coins that were in her purse, and overnight someone had taken them out at a retirement home and called us and said, you know what, if you see them, can you please let me know? She didn't want to press charges against this woman. She just wanted it back. And that stuff happens a lot. So if you've got something that's valuable, protect it, put it somewhere safe, and just be smart about it.
In a lot of cases, David, these things have been sitting around people's closets, basements,
garage,
what have you,
yep,
for years and years and years.
Absolutely.
Basically gathering dust. So my thought about things like that is, yes, there may be some sentimental value, but if it's that important to you, why is it sitting in a box in the garage?
Sure.
Why not have the cash that it's worth?
You hit the nail on the head. I've had a number of people come in over the past couple of weeks that have said, they're in that fall cleaning mode. They want to clear out the garage so they can put the car there in the winter, and I'm in that mode as well. So they end up tearing through all these big boxes of stuff that they haven't looked in for months, if not years. And now they're discovering these little boxes that their mom and dad or their grandmother gave them, and now they're finding little treasures. And now they're trying to figure out what they want to do with it. And again, if you're just curious to find out what it's worth, and you're not sentimentally attached to it, give us a shot. We're happy to look through it. And a little bit like what you touched on here. You said, oh, you know what, there's a lot of coins here. Well, you know what? We'll talk a little bit about coins later. But if you dug through this and looked closely enough, I bet you would find some collector grade
We've
coins.
already found coins from all over the world.
Yep.
And like I just picked up a coin and it happens to be a penny from 1950.
Yeah.
And that's pretty old.
It is pretty old, yeah. It
when
may not mean it's worth a lot,
No.
but it could. That could be 1 year.
Exactly.
That could have been very special.
Exactly. So when you're sorting through your things and you find things that you think, well, I'm not really sure about this,
Yeah.
it's worth looking into, isn't it?
Well, and that's one of the things that we are very proud of that we do for our customers is say someone came in and dumped a whole bunch of silver dollars or quarters
Right.
and dimes and that
Right.
sort of, we're going to take the time to look through them and
Yeah.
sort them into 2 categories.
Yeah.
The scrap stuff, the stuff that's only worth the silver content, so you've got $12 to $14 worth of silver in every silver dollar, we'll buy those from you. But if we see one has a special unique year that might be worth a little bit more, we're going to put it on the side and we'll refer you to a coin collector who can pay a heck of a lot more than we ever could for it.
Nice.
So it's a nice way to make sure you're protected in that sense.
We'll talk more about coins, more about silver and their value coming up in our next segment. We'll take a break, but as we do, here's a chance for you to call in and get it on the air and find out exactly what the answers are to your question. 613-789-6559, extension 2803. Email us questions at ottawa.morning@ctv.ca. You can find Recycle Frog at World Exchange Plaza. Best to call, see what's going on, see where their next events are, which I'm sure we'll find out there's some today and three going on this week. We'll get into that and more next here on CTV Morning Live. We'll be right back.